Hey guys, Rick Shaw here again. Wanted to give you a little update on the Piaggio. The fellows came out yesterday, a guy named Willie Boy and his buddy. They came out in the cool little Piaggio 1000cc diesel pickup that they have now. So I got to look at that one. They had a red one. I looked at that. I don't fit. It was really cool looking. I went to get inside and it would have been impossible for me to drive it. It was that small. But got the update on that right there. They're going to come back, he said probably early next week. The one thing we're going to do to it all the way around, we're going to put brakes on it. They're down. I knew the brakes were down, and then it was making that noise. I got a bearing cap, came loose, so they're going to get in there and take care of that while they're here, and then do the valve adjust. I did the valve adjust on it for the very first one. It was within spec. I didn't have to change a thing. So that was good. That I did at 1,000. Now it's they're going to check it again because I got 12.7 on it now, and they're going to give it a general look over. I told them bring all your tools and let's see what we can do to get this thing roadworthy again. Really nice fellas that came out. I was really impressed with that fella. They took it for a ride. Immediately told me what was wrong with it, and they're going to fix it. They're going to be back out. But they got to get the parts and everything they need and make it with their manager. I was dealing with the kid Marky that came out before. Now he's in a different capacity, so he's not a good one to get a hold of. So this guy gave me his messenger, so I have that now. And it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. I need this thing up and running. I do not like to drive the car on a daily basis. I just hate it. Right now, can't get an air cleaner for it. On my little computer on the dash, it always said I was getting between 20 and 20.4. I'm real light on the pedal. I keep the little vacuum light on the dash. I don't really floor it very rarely, and I get between 21 and 21.4. And now that the air cleaner's all stopped up again from this volcano, I'm down to 11. 11 kilometers per liter, according to the car's own computer. So, and that's all it is I need an air cleaner. This thing's stuffed. This will be the third one since the volcano. There's no cleaning them. When it was just regular driving, it was real easy to just shake them out and clean it. I'd suck it out with the vacuum cleaner. I was doing that weekly, because it is kind of dusty here in this country. But with this tall volcano stuff in there, it just gets in that filter, turns it black. It almost looks like it's a diesel. And it's not breathing now, so the fuel economy is really suffering. Had the ape out the first time. I mean, it fired right up. It sat for since well before Christmas. I just was afraid to drive it. I didn't want to get into expensive parts. I know when the brakes get down, if you get to metal, you'll get into the drum real quick, and I don't want to replace the drums. We still got a little bit of pad left, but I guess that was the scraping sound was the warning, letting us know that it's time to fix that. So, really impressed with the young fellas that came out, and I hope they come over and do a good job. I told them about the jack. I had a flat tire on this, and the jack, the first time I went to use it, is an absolute piece of junk. Piaggio, put a decent jack in your vehicles. I don't care if I got to pay an extra few bucks. Now I got to go get a jack. I have to go buy one instead of the one working. As soon as I went to use it, didn't work. It just broke. It broke right away. It was supposed to lift straight up, and it got all cockeyed. No matter how I put it, you couldn't lift the car up. I had to get a whole bunch of people to push on it to lift it up, so we could put a block underneath just to change the wheel, which really, to me, is ridiculous. What are these guys at Piaggio should have to use that jack, and then they'd say, "Oh, guess what? We're not going to use that jack. That's a piece of junk." And exactly, in my opinion, that is exactly what it is. So, wasn't too happy with that, but it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, I love that vehicle. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you're an expat and you want to come to the Philippines, that is an ideal vehicle. I had a tricycle before. I can go a little bit quicker on the tricycle. And they also have this in a gasoline version. I mean, every gas station's got diesel and gas. I've never seen a gas station that just had gas here. Not like the United States. Some gas stations don't have diesel. You know, they're not very popular there. But every gas station has diesel here. It's a little bit cheaper, and this thing goes forever on it. But the gas one has a lot more power. The only thing I didn't like about it was expensive to run. That was my opinion on that, just from doing a test drive. And I made sure it was filled up to the top where you could see the level, and I tried to fill it up as best I could, and it wasn't that long of a drive, and it went through a considerable amount. Whereas compared to this diesel one, my goodness, I would fill it up once a month for 350, 400 pesos, and we would do all our shopping and all our running around and everything we needed to do. Now, when it comes to the car, I spend $2,000 a month, you know, with the car now that I got to drive it. That's just what it costs. Now I know it's not getting the fuel economy it was before. We were getting by when we were using it. I wasn't using it every day. We were getting by for less than $1,000 every month. But now that the air cleaner's plugged up, and finding one, you know, right now everybody's buying them, so there aren't any. I wish I could find a K&N for it, and then I could just clean it as it goes, but I got to find out where it can end. My neighbor over across here with that, he's got that white car over there. When I see him again, he has a reusable one. I'm going to try to find out where he got that, so that we can get one too. So, but my beautiful little mama, she's out with her buddy Charity and Annie. Last night, our Swedish friends, Håkan and Anders, they went back to Sweden. Their flight left at 10 last night. So the girls got to drive back from the airport on the Trail of Tears. They're very sad. Their sweeties are going, but I understand they're coming back at the end of April. And they'll be back. 26th of April, I believe they're coming back. So I'm glad about that. Our Swedish friends are unbelievably generous when it came to the tall volcano. I mean, Håkan, he spent a lot of his own money. We went down and spent a little bit to give him some. Well, he put it on his Facebook page, and the people from Sweden, all his friends and stuff, they just sent boatloads of money. He was going down there. At one point, he had 20,000, and he bought it all. He bought a whole bunch of stuff, and Boang from Boang Motorworks. He's the one. Hi, buddy. Hey, say hello to YouTube. Where are you going? And he hauled it all down there. He's made a few trips already, and heck of a nice fellow. I mean, if you want to donate to that, get a hold of the Boang Motorworks. He's an honest fellow. He's really taken the stuff down there. You know, I heard a story already of somebody that was collecting for the relief effort, and they were picking stuff out. They were picking food out for their own kitchen. And, you know, and bringing half the stuff down, and they were taking it down, but they weren't taking everything that was collected, and that, you know, that really makes me sad. These people are dislocated. Another thing that's kind of sucks about that tall volcano, a lot of people right around Tagaytay are dislocated, but the tourist industry, all those people still get to stay there. They move the people out. So, you know, it's kind of funny. I guess if you got money, you do what you want, and if you don't, you're out of luck. So I guess that's everywhere. Hey, okay, hold on. You want to say hi to the camera? Come on over here. Where'd you go? Hi, buddy. Come on over here. He's being camera shy now because he was sleeping. He was sleeping in the car. We dropped Mommy off at the thing. There's my beautiful little boy. That's Moo Moo.
I was sponge cake.
Okay, we're going to get you some sponge cake in a minute. But that little guy right there, when before he was born, we were doing the ultrasound, and we have this doctor down at Binion Doctors Hospital, Dr. Imelda, and she had him on the ultrasound. They got a big screen up by the ceiling, and my two older babies were looking at it, and they were looking at the ultrasound, and they went moo moo, which in Tagalog means ghost. So I gave him this most beautiful name of Geronimo, and everybody calls him Momo. So I call him Geronimo a lot, but I catch myself calling him Moo also. So but that's the way it goes. But I think he's going to be big like a moo cow. He eats whatever you feed him. He's just a real good kid when it comes to eating food. You give it to him, he'll stuff it in his face. He likes to eat. He just woke up, so we bought a sponge cake down at Jolly Mart, so we're gonna give him a little bit of that. When mom gets home, we'll get some dinner going on. And one thing I love about this little guy right there, he's a good eater, and he's stout. He's already he's 2 years old, and he's already over 40 pounds. I don't know whether it's a kilo, 20 kilos, something like that. But he's pretty stout, this little guy. And I mean, carrying him's a chore. So, and he's almost the same weight as his brother. He's only about 3 pounds off the weight of his brother, who's 2 years older than him. So, all right. Well, you know what? This is rickshaw out because I got to go get some sponge cake.